Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy Hodges. I'm an advocate for OCD. I'm also a certified peer support specialist in the state of Colorado. I run OCD Peers, co-run it, and I'm the author of Pure OCD, The Invisible Side of Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. If you're looking for peer support or referrals for therapists, that's what I do. You can visit chrissyhodges.com to find out more about how I can help you or support you. And if you are looking for therapy here in the States, or right now in the UK and Australia, NOCD now offers therapy, ERP therapy. Treatmyocd.com. Definitely check them out to get therapy for OCD. You deserve it. Today, I just wanted to talk about OCD and acceptance. I intentionally did this video like 12 minutes before group, so I wouldn't do like a 30-minute video on this because I could talk forever about this topic. I know I've talked about this before in other videos. I may even have a video titled OCD and Acceptance, but I don't care. I want to talk more about it. I want to validate this. I want to validate this for you and for me and for, you know, this may not resonate with you, but it may be just exactly what you need to hear. So we hear a lot about acceptance in the community, right? If you're on forums or if you're reading blogs or books or, you know, looking at people who are advocates or therapists, we talk a lot about acceptance. So what does that mean? I would encourage you to think about what it means to you. What does acceptance mean? Because I know that what it sounds like it means. Acceptance is just this. Accept it and life will be great. Accept it and that's it. That's the end. And it feels forced, right? This is the way it is. This is what you're going to have to deal with. That's a really, really hard choice. I'm passionate about this topic because I get frustrated with how it's packaged. Acceptance is packaged up like it's just here's the answer. If you've been to therapy, the answer is acceptance if you still have symptoms. If you felt relief at one point and it comes back, the answer is acceptance because this is just how it is. Acceptance seems to be kind of the catch-all for when all hell breaks loose and shit's getting bad, we'll just practice acceptance. I'm not here today to say that acceptance is wrong or bad. First of all, let's just get that out on the table. I'm here today to tell you that acceptance is hard. And you don't have to jump into it like it is a cold pool on a 110-degree day at all. You can sit on the side of the pool for a while. You can dip your toe in. You can sunbathe. You can do whatever you need to do because this is your life and your recovery. Anybody that's peddling acceptance as the do-all, end-all, this is going to be great, are probably just selling something. They don't know what they're talking about. This is hard stuff. And when the way I look at it is, and how, I guess I could start here, or not start, we're halfway through. I can talk about this. Acceptance was one of the hardest parts of my entire OCD journey. And I feel like there's some horrible parts to that. But the acceptance piece was the hardest because I felt like I was selling myself short or selling myself out to a mental health disorder, to the stigma, to being someone that had those horrible themes or thoughts, to being forced to live a life as a victim, to being forced to hide a secret. Acceptance has not come easy. And a lot of that feels like I'm being forced to do something I don't want to do, which pisses me off. Which is why I like being an entrepreneur, because I do not like authority. I don't like people telling me what to do. If you know anybody, like any of my friends and husband would tell you that. So I guess today what I wanted to do is just do a quick video to tell you that if you're struggling with this, you are absolutely okay and right and exactly where you need to be with this. When we force acceptance, when we force, well, this is just gonna be how it is and I need to deal with it. First of all, we're opening the door to suppressing emotion. We're opening the door to not be validated. We're opening the door to really pushing away the fact that we were dealt a hand we didn't want, which is grief worthy. And that brings me to my next and last point. I haven't really been able to figure out why it is that this whole thing just frustrates me. And it isn't just the idea that yes, it's our goal would be to work toward accepting this is life with OCD. This is the themes that I have. And how can I work within that to make my life great? Yeah, that's the goal, right? But I'm going to tell you what I don't like about it is that there seems to be a big step that gets skipped. And that's grief. When we find out we have OCD, we want to know the key. We want it to be over. We want to be done, right? All of you watching this know that's not the way it happens. It's a process. We have to learn how to manage it. We have to go through the motions and the emotions of learning how to live with this. Learning how to be okay with it. It's a longer process than we want. I would give anything to be able to package up a pill to you and have you take it and it would be done, right? But it's not. And a real important part of that is grief. Y'all, I skipped it. I skipped over it in my 20s and I was miserable. I tried to pound chest. I am strong and I got through that and it's not gonna bother me and I'm not a victim and get as far away from me as you can. I don't want to tell anybody. And I was just cut open from the inside out, like just hollow. I had nobody around me that understood. I didn't have a community. I didn't have anything because I refused to talk about it. I refused to grieve it. It wasn't until someone gave me permission to grieve. He was a peer support specialist. And he said one day to me, why haven't you grieved this? This wasn't your fault. You be angry. You be sad. You be bitter. I needed to be at that time. Whatever you need to do, let it in and let it out. Let it flow through you. And that was acceptance for me. That's how I learned what I needed in order to understand what that meant for my life. I do want you to know, I keep working on this every day. I wake up some days and I don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept when I'm, having symptoms or I'm in a relapse or I'm dealing with my self-esteem or my trauma. I don't want to, and I deny, and I struggle with substance use, so sometimes I drink too much. And I have to practice non-judgment. I have to practice self-compassion, which is hard too. It's so much easier for me to just say, you're a shitty human and everything that's happened to you, you deserve. Isn't that so much easier? I have to fight to not go down that road. And I imagine some of you do too, because that's what this does to us. I'm going to wrap up because I have group in a few minutes. I'm going to wrap up just by saying, wherever you are in this, if you need to grieve, you grieve. If you're not ready to just practice like radical acceptance, you don't have to. Because I'm going to tell you, that's not the key. There's no answer on the other side of that that's going to relieve you of everything. It's a process, and it's part of that, and something we all can and do work toward. But it's not this quick fix, and it's not packaged in beautiful colors with all kinds of confetti and chocolates. Acceptance is hard. Acceptance of the diagnosis, of the themes, of the trauma, the grief, the fact that we'll have this for the rest of our life. It will rear its head at times. We lost milestones. We grieve the person we could have been, the person that the person we feel like we lost. These are all part of it. And what I want to tell you is this: it's okay to accept that this is a learning process, and that it's going to take a while. You do not have to feel pressured into, I have to accept this and life will be better, because that's not reality. Let's just keep working day by day, learning new things, growing in recovery, getting better at managing, taking next steps to make life better. And we can do it together, here and as a community. Anyway, thanks for listening. Those are my thoughts. Feel free to drop your opinions in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on. And if you need support or referrals, head on over to ChristyHodges.com. And if you're looking for therapy in the States, Australia, or UK, head to treatmyocd.com, because they're providing ERP therapy via telehealth. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you next time. Until then.